Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to have you here. In today's video, I am going to be taking you through reading with me this weekend. I'm gonna be really honest, I wasn't gonna do this and then I started reading a book and I am absolutely obsessed with it. And I'm not normally one to make faces when I read or actually react visibly, but when I tell you I had been reading this the past couple days and my jaw has been on the floor, like mouth open reading, I'm shocked, I'm astonished. I couldn't just let the book sit. And honestly, I've already got like 30% of the way into it. I apologize, I should have just done it earlier. If I would have known, I would have done it, but it's better late than never in my opinion, hence the kind of last minute reading with me this weekend. Now I know it's Friday, I know it's not technically the weekend, but I couldn't wait, right? Some people's weekends are like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we're just kind of gonna go from here today because I want to read this book and I can't wait till tomorrow. So I'll probably update you a little bit every now and then, just kind of let you know where I'm at, kind of what the vibe is and the whole nine. So the book is called Don't Let Her Stay and it's by Nicola, one of those two, I hope. Sanders. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I forgot what the back of the book was about and I don't really want to reread it in case it kind of spoils stuff. Not really spoils, but you know, it's kind of like going in blind whenever I forget. And I enjoy that. But basically so far it's about this husband and wife, and the husband was previously married. I think she died or something. I don't really remember. But he was previously married and had a daughter with this other woman, and when he either got divorced or widowed, whatever the situation was, his stepdaughter stopped talking to him once he decided to remarry this other woman. And they have a baby together. Him and the new wife have a baby together, and then the husband's daughter has decided that she wants to come move in with them for a little while and meet her baby sister and really just the other lady after not talking to them for like 2 years-ish roughly. So the girl offers to babysit for the wife, and the wife is just not getting good vibes from this girl. She's not really doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's not watching the baby properly and all that stuff. And then now the wife is trying to explain that to the husband, and the husband and the daughter are just gaslighting her. So it's kind of intense, kind of interesting. I would be so upset. I would be like devastated. But anyways, that's what she's dealing with right now. So I'm gonna start this and you're just gonna read with me this weekend.
Found myself smiling more. The moment you leave, I feel down again. I talk to myself on the floor just to feel less alone. I swear that I'm trying my best. You tell me the stress shouldn't be a friend. I wonder where I'll end up next, on the corner of hope. So hold my hand tight for a minute. I'll let you know when to let go. You give a little love with a little sun everywhere you go, everywhere you're running. You never say a word even when it hurts, everywhere you go, everywhere you're smiling. You make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me the way that I am.
So I'm currently 60% of the way through the book, and oh my gosh, it has not calmed down. So we're following Joanne, I'm pretty sure that's her name, Joanne. Right now we're kind of trying to figure out if Joanne is actually crazy or not. So Joanne's mother, after she gave birth, her mother started going kind of crazy. She was very worried that somebody was going to come kidnap her kid. Just anything that could possibly go wrong to her child, her mother thought that that was going to happen. So she had to be institutionalized, go to like a mental hospital for that. So now her husband, Richard, is worried that she's doing the same thing to their child. So we're still kind of getting the thoughts and feelings that, oh, Chloe's doing something wrong, she's gaslighting her, she's lying about everything and trying to make herself seem better in her father's eyes, whereas, you know, Joanne is like, hey, you know, this is not working, this is what Chloe's saying versus what I'm saying, and Richard's just not believing her. And Chloe's kind of, it seems like she's kind of trying to drive a wedge in between their relationship, and it's just really intense. Joanna's just found out some of Richard's past and things that he has been lying about, or not lying about, but just keeping to himself. He hasn't told her and wasn't planning on telling her. She'd come up with her own kind of assumptions about his past relationship, and he just kind of let her roll with it. It's getting really intense. There is only an hour and 37 minutes left in the book, so I think I'm gonna go finish it, and I'll kind of let you know what happens.
And again, the moment you leave, it goes blank in my head. Feels like my bed is on fire when I'm sleeping alone. So hold my hand tight for a minute, I'll let you know when to let go. You give a little love with a little sun, everywhere you go, everywhere you run. You never say a word, even when it hurts, everywhere you go, everywhere you're smiling. You make it look easy, I don't understand how you can love me the way that I am. You give a little love with a little sun, everywhere you go, everywhere you run. You make it look easy, I don't understand how you can love me. You make it look easy, I don't understand how you can love me.
So I just finished Don't Let Her Stay, and oh my gosh, I don't think I've read a thriller book in probably at all, honestly, that has been that good. Like, when I tell you, I would say it took me like 4 or 5 chapters to like just really get into. Obviously the first chapters were fine, but I was so hooked on it so quickly. And when I tell you, there was like almost something happening every single chapter that was like had my jaw on the floor. I was flabbergasted, absolutely just in shock. It was so crazy, and the plot twists were so good. I mean, you could have guessed them, but even if you did guess it, it was still that good. Like, even though I like had my suspicions about what happened, I wasn't mad that I had already thought about it, you know? Oh my gosh, that was so good. And I feel like, obviously I've never read something like that, so of course I'm gonna say that's such a unique plot, but because I've never heard of it before, oh my goodness, that was incredible. I'm not gonna do any of my star ratings and stuff until I do the monthly recaps, so I can kind of really go in depth of everything that I've read for the month. But oh my goodness, I would highly recommend that one. I went ahead and I picked out a second book that I'm going to be reading for this weekend, and we are going to be reading Tenebrum. I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh. This is a lengthy one. 506 pages. What am I doing? I'm reading Tenebrum by Eleanor Miller. So that's what we're reading. I don't know if I want to start that tonight or if I want to start that tomorrow, just because I feel like I want to sit with the other book. I don't know what Flappers and False, so I'm assuming this is going to be like a historical fiction type deal. Let's see if it says. I found this on a woman in like a Facebook group that I was in or whatever. She had just published this, and so I wanted to check it out. But oh, okay, that's really interesting. Okay, it says it's a romantic dystopian noir detective thriller set in the future where the Prohibition / Great Gatsby era has come around again, and the year is 2425, and the jazz age is in full swing again. That's really interesting. Huh. So it's like a futuristic, historical. I'm intrigued. I'm really excited about this. I've seen this one and I've wanted to get it for a long time. I was gonna have to buy it, but now they have it on unlimited, so super excited to see what that's all about. And you're gonna see what it was about with me.
I don't understand how you can love me. You make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me.
It's like an actual document. It says it's from the Department of Justice of their town. It actually is set up like a little document. Kind of crazy. Anyone found on the street after that time without a permit will be arrested or executed. Imagine leaving your house at 9 o'clock and getting executed.
And if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see.
So I'm about 10% of the way through Tenebrum right now, and it's kind of, I don't know why, and I don't even know if this is accurate or not, but it kind of reminds me of Gotham City. It's like a futuristic setting with like past tense vibes. I don't know, it's kind of confusing, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not the easiest book for me to get into just because there's a lot of technology in it and I'm not technologically gifted. Also, I have a really terrible memory, so I'm having a hard time remembering all of the little tiny details of things that they use. They have little like retina scanners or like retina chips or whatever, and they have just little tiny bits of technology here and there that I don't necessarily remember the names of them, so whenever it comes time to mentioning them later on in the book, I kind of can't remember what it is. It started off with these two detectives. I don't love books about detectives, but I'm trying it out because it's kind of it's a different vibe. It's not just detectives, but it's following these two detectives, and we have the female, her name's Thea, and then the male his name's Walt. So Walt is married, and Thea and Walt were having an affair together, and in the midst of their affair, Walt's wife gets kidnapped. They have no idea where she is, they can't find her, and they're going on and doing other things. So Thea is on a mission right now. They have, I guess it's like a prostitute, I think that's kind of what it is, but she is found dead, and they're trying to kind of figure out what's going on with her. Basically, kind of right now we're just following. Thea's on an investigation right now, and Walt is kind of doing his own thing. They're both kind of separate, doing their own thing. They don't really talk anymore after the abduction. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm gonna read a little bit more, kind of see what we're working with, figure out what's going on, so I'm kind of confused.
All the possibilities, there could be a place for
That didn't last very long. Nick's calling, so I'm gonna answer and then we'll get back to reading a little bit later.
Cause you're going far away from here.
So brief intermission. Actually the wife that got kidnapped that I mentioned earlier, her name is in fact Cora. The wife that got kidnapped that was married to Walt is Thea's sister. So she had an affair with her sister's husband. Kind of gross, but okay.
And if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see all the possibilities. There could be a place for you and me. I feel 100 degrees when you call my name, and I don't know what you see.
So the funny thing about this clip is that I was literally looking in the viewfinder while I was taking this, and I saw how blurry it was. And I was like, you know what? It's just blurry on the camera. When I transfer it, it's gonna be just fine. Like, what?
You can't even read that. And then the worst part is I kept doing it. So I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry.
Hope we feel the same. I feel 100 degrees when you come.
Fascinating this is. It's like a bank statement or bank records. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool to see stuff like this put in a book. It makes it more unique. A little bit harder to read. You need like a little magnifying glass for this, but it's still cool. I think I just read the longest chapter in this book so far. I'm on page 109 of the Kindle version, and every single chapter, I'm not even kidding, has been like 1 to 3 minutes, 1 to 4 minutes long. And so I feel like I'm halfway through this book already, but I'm not. I'm only a fifth of the way through. I've read so many chapters, but there's so little. This last chapter I read was like 9 minutes long on the, according to my reading speed. Oh my gosh, like, it's good, don't get me wrong. It's kind of confusing me. I'm a little lost again following all the technology and like the people and stuff like that. I don't really necessarily understand what's going on. And also there's like 4 different plots, I feel like, and I don't know what the main plot is. I don't know what we're really focusing on. There's issues at the medical center that Walt is following. Thea is following like some kind of trafficking lead / still trying to find her sister. And now on top of that, then there's the ghouls. Those are the drug infested, the people that were kind of changed by the drugs. We have a bunch of issues with them. One of them was killed outside of a church, so we're trying to figure out what happened to her, even though now she's kind of on the back burner. And it's just kind of confusing, kind of crazy, but it's good. I'm intrigued in the story. I'm intrigued to see where it's gonna go, and I also really enjoy the atmosphere that we're in and kind of the setting. So hopefully it gets more easy for me to understand, because it takes a lot for me to actually be able to fully understand what's going on, especially when books aren't like normal, when they're like dystopian type vibes. So that's what's going on right now with it. I don't think I'm gonna end up being able to finish it by the end of this video. It's okay, I would love to get like 50% of the way through. However, I don't know how feasible that is, but we're gonna try.
If I could show you, I'd hope that you would see all the possibilities, and there's a place for you and me.
I can't even believe myself. This is really embarrassing.
I wonder who's coming for dinner.
She sucks, baby. I watched her one day.
Alright, so I think I'm done reading for the day, and I don't want to disappoint. But I know that I am. I'm only 25% of the way through Tenebrum. Now hear me out, it's really good and I am enjoying it, but it's so hard for me to actually get into this story because I genuinely have no idea what's going on. There's literally like 4 different plots right now, and I'm struggling keeping up with where we're going and what's going on, and it's just so interestingly written, I guess. Like, so ignore my light. So you can see right here, like, this is the chapter. The chapter name is in and out, so there's no numbers, it doesn't tell you really whose POV it is, and it's all in third person. So it's like, oh, we're learning about these people, but we don't necessarily know who we're getting this from. And then on top of that, like, it just, I don't know, it's so it's confusing me terribly, and I know I'm not gonna finish it right now. So I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna kind of like prolong it and just kind of read it over the month, I think. I'm not one to read other books while I'm in the middle of reading another book. I don't know, man. I might have to try it out with this one. So that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna kind of read this over the span of this month and really just kind of hopefully absorb it all better. Do I think that's really gonna happen? No, absolutely not. I don't think I'm gonna absorb it any better, but I'm gonna try because I really want to like it, but I can see myself not liking it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you being here, and I hopefully we'll get to see you in the next one. See ya. That was so dumb. Oh my god.